Alright, give a fetu. Nanyazge, we would have found back again on the channel Mnandi Arsenal Bafetu. On a reply, or actually not reply, I should react to a few videos here that I've seen on the socials. People have been talking a lot of crap about us, but anyway, let us just check it out. It's John Obi Mikel, out of all people. John Obi Mikel. Can you imagine? So let's just say it's from TalkSport Lava. They'll be the ones talking about it. But then, yeah, I just want to hear what John Obi Mikel has to say. I have to say his name every time. Well, let's try that.
Section and the Man City section, really, because those are the two guys that are chasing down the Premier League title. And do you know what? There's been so much said about Arsenal, so much hate towards them, so much moving of the goalposts. And earlier this week, former Chelsea midfielder John Obi Mikel, he had some really strong words for Arsenal style of play.
No, I wouldn't. Because for me, it's a cheat. They've cheated their way to winning the Premier League. So I wouldn't recognize them as winners. Because for me, it's illegal the way they're winning games. It's illegal. Unless the Premier League right now, from this weekend, stamp that out. We don't want to see that in the game.
So if you were playing for Arsenal, asked by Arteta, these are the tactics, and this is what I want you to do, you'd say, that's not my style of football, I can't do that.
No, you can't, because he spent $1 billion.
You would not go with Arteta's tactics.
No, when I look at the team, there's so much creativity in that team. So much creativity. Eze, Odegaard, Saka. Let them express themselves. When you watch them, they're so rigid. They depend solely on the corner kick.
John Obi Mikel there, basically saying that Arsenal...
Hold on. Who? John Obi Mikel, I've never seen you do any samba or skillful or even a robono. My nigga, have you expressed themselves? Have you expressed yourself? Even in the African Nations Cup, my brother, you've never done anything great or spectacular for us to say, wow, John Obi Mikel, Echo. People who were last number of those things were JJ Okocha, boy. JJ Okocha, he could move people just by moving his body. How can you, out of everyone, say that? They used to bring you on for that very same thing. Physicalness, closing down, making sure that you don't let any ball go past, defensive work, dirty playing, basically. That's what you used to do. That's what you were good at. You're not as clinical as SCN, as Makelele, who originated the DM. So I don't know how the hell can you, out of everyone, say that. It's quite funny. Out of everyone, how can you say that, bro? And I mean, this whole thing that's we've been in through corners, and so what, my nigga? And corners and how we play has always been there. I mean, people used to say that we were too weak. We play beautiful football. It's very expensive. It's nice. It's attractive, but we won't fuck all. So we played it nice and got nothing from it. You used to play dirty against us and win shit. So that's what we're doing.
Would have cheated their way into the Premier League. Love John. Loved him as a player as well. Should have come Man United. We all know about that story. But I think it's got to stop. I think it's got to stop now. I think we're getting to the point where the witch hunt against Arsenal to win this Premier League is reaching like silly levels. What are Arsenal supposed to do? They go years and years and years and years being laughed at by so many across the nation, across the league. They're soft. They play pretty football for no reason. They have a soft underbelly. They never gave it over the line. They always bottle it. They always do this. They haven't won a title in God knows how long. Now they're on the cusp of doing something fantastic, which is winning the Premier League. What we're trying to do now is move the goalpost to go, but we don't like how you're about to do this. Like it's Arsenal's problem. Everybody's blaming Arsenal as well for the way the Premier League has gone. This is Arsenal's fault. They're cheating. Last time I checked, a corner kick was part of football. Last time I checked, a free kick was part of football. And last time I checked, although, yes, Arsenal do heavily rely on it, they don't score all their goals in that manner. They score goals from open play as well. Since when in the rulebook did it say that to be a champion, you have to win this way? I thought it was get it done by any means. I thought it was champions show bits and pieces of themselves when they might not be playing well and get out with a 1-0. Isn't that the hallmark of good teams? Now, if you want to change the question to, will Arsenal be remembered as one of the greatest champions alongside, I don't know.
Frankly, I don't give a fuck. Because, my nigga, we've been playing expensive, beautiful football. It has gotten us check on. Look, it was beautiful to watch. I like touch, I like samba, I like skillful. I'm telling you, South African style, I'm telling you, I'm a sweet. You call it sweet. I'm a sweet. But I think for us to prove a point, we need to win it first. The league, the cup, the quadruple, if we can. We win it. After we win it, the next season is then when we can go back to trying to play expensively, because now we would have created a fear in other opponents. When they meet us like, shit, these people can whoop our asses. And then all we do is just play expensively and we make it nice again, like Wenger used to do it. But for now, we just need to get over the line.
The 08 Man United team, or the Chelsea team of the 16, or the Invincibles, or the Centurions, that's a different question. But guess what? Why would Arsenal fans, or Arsenal, the club, the institution, Mikel Arteta, care about that? Just win. I don't get it.
No, it doesn't make any sense. I don't really know what point John Obi Mikel is making here. I just don't understand it. I don't know if this is part of a ploy to try and drive traffic towards his podcast. I don't really understand it. It doesn't make any sense. John Obi Mikel getting kind of on his high horse, getting really emotive.
Hey yo, speaking about traffic to his channel, can you get direct traffic to my channel? Come on, I'll be the traffic officer. Actually, I'll be no officer. I'll just let all cars go by. Please, man, subscribe. I'll try and keep it coming. I've been slacking for these past few weeks, but I'll keep it coming. You keep on watching, subscribing, niggas.
Really impassioned about the way that Arsenal are winning games. What I think is quite disingenuous from John Obi Mikel, a player who played for my team, a player who I rate incredibly highly. He was man of the match in Munich. I love his contribution to Chelsea. But has he forgotten the kind of player that he was? Like, he's talking as if he was some sort of really expressive, marauding, maverick winger. He's talking like he was Joe Cole. He was exactly what he's accusing Arsenal of being. He was almost the personality. He was the personification of Mourinho's Park the Bus. He was that. Chelsea would go 2-0 up and bring Mikel on, and that would be the game over. We would effectively kill the...
I just said it.
The game by bringing on John Obi Mikel. So I don't really know what he's getting so annoyed about, but it isn't only John Obi Mikel that is having this conversation. And it's also futile. I heard Alan Pardew on this station. Alan Pardew said it would come. I said it would come with an asterisk. Yeah. I mean, Paul
Pardew, what the hell was that? What type of cheap shot was that? My God, I heard that. Asterisk for what? What are you, asterisk?
Scholes said nobody deserves to win the Premier League this year. They just shouldn't give it to anybody. And ultimately, none of it really makes any sense. I don't quite understand what we're saying here. A few years ago, we were laughing at Arsenal when they played some expansive football. Remember when they had that pink kit on? Yeah. They played some beautiful football. They were probably the best team to watch in the Premier League. They went away to Man City. They got absolutely battered. Kevin De Bruyne scored a couple, right? They got absolutely wallops. And everyone laughed. Yeah. What Mikel Arteta has done has been really pragmatic. He's found a way to combat Guardiola.
Yeah.
I think he should be praised for doing it.
Well, last time I checked, Rory, is where's all the criticism for the other teams? If Arsenal are this awful team, this boring, dead to watch team, what are Man City doing? What's the Oracle Pep doing? I saw...
As for Oracle, what is this, Harry Potter?
Or Man City draw against Nottingham Forest in the last round of Premier League games, right? And Arsenal got a 1-0 win at Brighton. Everyone was talking about, Verbruggen, can't believe he's let that in. Arsenal didn't deserve that. 1-0. Where's all the hysteria? Hold on. Hello? There was a game at the Etihad where they just drew to Forest.
No, but Man City try to play football in a way that Arsenal don't. Arsenal are a very formulaic team. They
didn't win.
No, but
they're supposed to be keeping pace with this Arsenal team that's not great to watch. This, that. It's about getting points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're talking about style of football. In terms of why people focused on the game at Brighton rather than the game that Man City were involved in is because of the motivation. Manchester City do try and play nicer football than Arsenal.
Bro, you can hear your Chelsea fan, bro. Yeah. What the hell is that? Flex is talking. It's a fact. No one ever spoke about the Man City game. All they could do is like, you guys just won 1-0. It was a lucky win. Nottingham came back from 2-0 or 2-1 down and cleared the ball off the line at last minute. Stopped the machine from doing his scoring. I mean, no one spoke about that. No one was like, no, Pep is crumbling, or they are crumbling, or nothing. They were like, no, Arsenal won by luck. Oh, guys. We could not do the job before. We used to always crumble. We used to always get defensive mistakes. We used to get goalkeeper mistakes. Our defense was not strong enough. We were too flashy and too nice and too. We were not gritty and boisterous. Like, full of shit. Now that we are, people are shocked. Everyone else was playing against like that to us, and we could stand it. Now, what's the problem now? A lot of people don't even understand that. But I hate this criticism of Arsenal, and I think these guys have said it. They've summed it up quite nice. Let's go to the next guy that I saw speaking about the same thing. Let's check it out.
Looking for it. How many games do you think Everton have got left this season, Shamat?
How many games have they got left? 8?
Yeah. No, they've got 9. They've got 9, including today, they've got 9 games left. So their season is basically all Premier League matches from now on to the end of the season.
See, okay.
So Arsenal have got a lot more football because they're in different competitions. But they've got 9 more games. Every game now, Everton can focus on actually the Premier League game they're playing. They've got a tough run. They've got Arsenal, they've got Brentford, then they got Chelsea and Liverpool.
Tough games.
So they've got some tough games, but it's a really good time for David Moyes and the Everton team just having Premier League games.
Yeah, it's full on focus.
Yo, side note, David Moyes proving it again, man. I love the guy. I love the way he coaches. I love his grind and grit. I love it a lot. But I feel like Manchester didn't give him a chance, and they fucked up a good coach, and he's proving it now with the whatchamacallit, the run Everton have now. Everton has been playing very beautiful, and I must say I'm enjoying it too. But hey, guys, do not do that to us tonight. Speaking of tonight, please, we need to just win, and just let us win. Mikel was your student, Moyes. Please do not do funny things to a student. And Samadol.
Then on that, Arsenal, like you say, fighting on all 4 fronts, but they host Everton today, looking to go 10 points clear of Manchester City before their game at 8 o'clock against West Ham. The Gunners, of course, on for their first title since 2004. But would any Premier League victory this season be tainted by their style? It's gone on this conversation, isn't it? Speaking to TalkSport this week, former Chelsea midfielder John Obi Mikel says he believes so.
No, I wouldn't. Because for me, it's a cheat. They've cheated their way to winning the Premier League. So I wouldn't recognize them as winners. Because for me, it's illegal the way they're winning games. It's illegal. Unless the Premier League right now, from this weekend, stamp that out. We don't want to see that in the game.
So if you were playing for Arsenal, asked by...
I think the visual of this man talking is better than the clip I played earlier on, just him via the radio. He looks so desperate for something, for attention. I don't know, he looks very desperate. Like he's about to do something for UNICEF, Save Africa. Because what the fuck is that, man? They need a banana. They're cheating everything. They're cheating everything. The UFA, please, man.
Arteta, these are the tactics, and this is what I want you to do. You say, that's not my style of football, I can't do that.
No, you can't, because he spent $1 billion.
You would not go with Arteta's tactics.
No, when I look at the team, there's so much...
Check how he's fidgeting. The fidgeting shows that he's not comfortable. He feels awkward. These 2 guys here, I was looking at him like, my man, what are you saying?
creativity in that team. So much creativity. Eze, Odegaard, Saka. Let them express themselves.
Look how shocked this guy is. This thing must have, my nigga, he's still continuing.
When you watch them, they're so rigid. They depend solely on the corner kick.
You're 1 sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a...
We don't give a...
John Obi Mikel there, not holding back on his thoughts with Arsenal and how they might go about winning the league. It's obviously not. It's not illegal. It's just this turn of phrase there and describing how they'll go about winning. It's illegal that these creative players aren't able to be creative, or
reason with it. I think where I got a little bit lost with what Mikel was saying was the illegal and this.
Coincidentally, our coach's name is Mikel. Maybe that's why he's got beef. Mikel is just doing quite nice things now. He's the podcast. Mikel was just fucking. They're cheating the system. The way he's talking out of his neck like a little Shanae bitch from America.
Style and the flair that they have got. I think you've got to take it back a bit more than just that. You have to strip it down to go, look, this club is desperate to win the Premier League, and so is Mikel Arteta. He's been in the job long enough to think that it's a possible title challenge, which they've had in the last couple of years. And by hook or by crook, he's going to get over the line, Arteta. That's how I see it. Now, Leicester, and I've referenced this before, when they won the league in 2016, they played the second half of the season from January onwards, literally I think they had 5-1-0, something like that, literally grinding their way. No one complained about Leicester. You know, and you go, well, it's Leicester. But they had some top players. They had Mahrez, they had Danny Drinkwater, who was playing brilliantly at the time. And you had, obviously, Vardy, you know, and N'Golo Kante. They had some great players in that side. You can mention a few others as well. So I don't quite get the point of... Look, football's played in different ways. It really is, Shaban. And there's different ways of winning. And Arsenal have been so effective with their, you know... It's really, they're the hardest team to beat, for sure. Just look at their goals against column. Look how so many teams have found it difficult to get the better of them.
Well, somebody who I think will agree with all of your points there is broadcaster and Arsenal fan from TalkSport, Harry Symeou. Good morning, Harry. How are you doing?
Harry,
guys, how are you?
Did that wind you up, Harry?
Oh, it was a bunch of slanderous nonsense from someone.
Slanderous nonsense. I like the way he came in there, Harry. Harry late. I think, that old man summed it up quite nicely. When other teams did it, it was fine. Because we're doing it, it's a problem. Anyhow.
Welcome back to the Football Terrace, Killing the Game Media Edition. Like the video before you go any further. Get yourself subscribing to the channel. Let's start here with John. They're not under investigation.
Yeah, no, I like this guy. He always likes Arsenal, but he's a Manchester fan. Quite weird, but anyway, I just skipped that part because we had it. So, on the other points of Gary Neville, useless player but won so many trophies.
Dozens and hundreds of charges of breaking rules. I've seen Arsenal get called out more for cheating this year than teams that are actually under investigation for cheating or about.
Monday.com's AI blogs are a total game changer.
Excuse me if I find that hard to believe.
You know that llamas are biologically incapable.
This problem with Arsenal.
Serious dictation was driving me crazy, so I switched to Winterflow. Here's why I'll never go back. First off,
they've been messed around. A game of football is really difficult if your centre-backs are getting messed around by the opposition centre-forwards. And that's happened from minute one.
Look who's talking about being messed around by the opponents. Whenever we're going, Sonny, you and your brother, they dribbled you guys so much that their brother left to Everton. These people, it's like they forget that you can Google their plays. Gary Neville, you are not a prolific defender. You are not a good touch defender. You couldn't beat someone. Come on, man. This guy
tonight, that's little flick-ons. It's getting nudged. It's the long throws. It's winning free kicks. All the things that you think you're not in control of the game. So the things that, to me, lost the game for Arsenal tonight, they didn't score a goal, which is a big problem. But once your centre-backs start getting messed around, your goalkeeper's getting messed around. You heard Thomas Frank talk about the fact we thought we could do Arsenal on set pieces. There's nothing worse than thinking that your team are a little bit soft. And Arsenal fans are going away from here tonight thinking we've been bullied. They've been bullied. Now, they've been bullied in terms of how Wimbledon would bully you 25 years ago, but in the modern game, that is being messed around. That is being bullied, because Brentford have looked at them and thought, yeah, we'll have you physically, we'll just nudge you around a little bit, we'll throw you to the ground, and that's the worst, I think.
And look, and the reason why I bring this up is so key and so important, because you don't have to like how Arsenal play. And if you're here arguing about that, I don't like it, I don't enjoy it, I don't want to see it, you can argue amongst yourselves, because I'm not interested in that. That is your subjective view. But this idea that they're cheaters because they're no longer allowing teams to bully them, this idea that they're breaking rules because they're no longer allowing teams to throw their goalkeeper to the ground. When Gary Neville was calling them out 3 to 4 years ago, the likes of John Obi Mikel, the likes of Agbongohor, the likes of Jamie O'Hara, the written press, most rival fans, nobody was standing up for Arsenal and saying, hang on a minute, how dare we allow them to be pushed to the ground and bullied? Nobody called Arsenal losing games that way cheating. And Arsenal, they do play some very good football and have played some very good football this season. Not in a great run of form right now, but don't let people gaslight you into not recognising the amount of games where they've dominated the ball, been the main attacker, had the majority of the chance.
Yeah, no, Terry, Sabon Fit, for just cleaning it up there. For me, I just think these ex-players are either pushed by just hatred, normal hatred for the team, like the competitiveness, whereby you just hate a certain team for a certain reason. I think also because of us as the fans, as they say, we talk too much. I know my friends in my WhatsApp groups always tell me that, and I'm loud and whatever. But I feel like whenever things were happening, no one spoke. Like Chero just said now, no one ever said to say no. They're bullying Arsenal or whatnot. Now because we're bullying them now, it's a problem. And which for me as a fan, I'm enjoying because I see people squirming and feeling a certain way, or feeling like, what's the word? Like they feel defeated, but they're still acting brave. So for me, it's quite interesting seeing that. Many of my friends are Manchester fans, Liverpool and etc., Man City and whatever. Whenever I do see them, they always have a cold way of talk, like, haha, you guys won't win it, what. They can see that everything that they are saying is opposite of what's happening. And for me, as a fan, I'm enjoying that. To be honest, I'm enjoying seeing these motherfuckers squirm though. And I must say, tonight's game, just hope we beat Everton, continue, just keep our heads down. Arteta must make changes at the right time, and whoever is tired must just get off and just change. Let us just use the bench. He must use much as Lewis Kelly, please. And that boy wants to leave now. I didn't want him to leave. It's very scary. And then he must use everyone, man. Must use everyone. Must use no guard, man. What a player. Zibameni can sit down if his appetite. He's making mistakes. You can put no guard in. Just change it so that we have players that are rested. Rest Saka. He's been running too many years. Rest a bit. Not all. Put in Jesus, try out Havertz later on. But I feel like we're on the right path. It's just that the players themselves must just cut out the noise. They'll be good. Winning this quadruple, nigga. Doing the shit. Guys, subscribe, like, hype, all of the above. Send love. Comment. Talk shit. I'll talk shit back. Hallelujah, man. This video was quite nice. Quite short, but it was nice. Hallelujah, man. Just want to do this again. Move the funk in his house. Peace.